See, previously we discussed about hybridization. Okay, so now we'll move on to the different types of hybridization and their geometry. So the geometry அப்படின்னா என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த மாலிக்யூலோட ஷேப் தான் வந்து geometry. Okay, so different types of hybridization என்னென்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா sp, sp2, sp3 அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய types இருக்குது. So அந்த different hybridization along with their shape. Okay, that is simply geometry. That and all we are going to see under this topic. Okay. See, the first comes sp hybridization. See, under sp hybridization, so if, we'll take the example of beryllium chloride that is given in your book. Okay, so எப்பவுமே ஒரு மாலிக்யூல் கொடுத்ததும் உடனே நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிடணும், அதனுடைய எலக்ட்ரானிக் கான்ஃபிகரேஷன் எழுதணும். ஓகே, ஸோ பெரிலியம் எடுத்தோம்னா it has the electronic configuration of 1s2 and then 2s2. Okay, அதே மாதிரி beryllium see here in beryllium chloride they both will have the shape of linear. Okay, so based on the VB theory, that is the valence bond theory, we have to write the electronic configuration and then we have to predict the shape. Okay, see now here you see the 2s orbital and the 2p orbital that will get hybridized and that will produce the sp orbital. So that is simply இப்போ இங்க 2s வந்து 2sல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா totally 2 electrons இருக்கு இல்லையா. so நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், we are shifting one electron, that is exchanging one electron. so ground stateல 2s orbitalக்கு 2 electrons இருக்கு. excited stateல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா they won't have any electron. okay, அதனால நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், s orbital இருந்து we are exchanging one electron to the p orbital so that we are getting the shape of sp. so the sp hybridized state that will be given by one spin and here another half spin. Okay, so now their overlapping will take place by the beryllium present at the center and the 2 chlorine will be present like this. Okay, so the chlorine electron and then the beryllium electron will combine and that will form one bond and again another side it will form the another bond. Okay, so now we'll move on to sp2 hybridization. so sp2 hybridization அப்படின்னு பார்க்கும்போது it will have the 3 electrons. Okay, for example if we take the trifluoride molecule. Okay, so trifluoride molecule அப்படின்னு எடுத்தோம்னா here BF3. so BFP என்றது boron fluoride. Okay, that is boron trifluoride. here also we have to write the electronic configuration for the boron. so now the boron will have the atomic number 5. Okay, so from that 1s2 2s2 2p1. so in the p orbital it has one electron and the s orbital will have two electrons. Okay, so now here also what we are doing is that we are exchanging one electron from the 2s orbital to 2p orbital so that the 2px already has one electron. now what we are doing is that we are exchanging one electron from the s orbital to 2py so that here you see we are having another one electron. Okay, so now this undergoes sp2 hybridization. see here one electron and here two electron under p orbital so that the p orbital will have two electron, right. so that only we are writing as sp, that is the p orbital will have three electrons so that is totally it has three electrons. Okay, So these three unpaired electrons will get promoted and they leads to the formation of sp2 hybridization. And sp2 hybridization means the BF3 molecule will have the shape as like this. So here the boron present at the center and the 3 fluorine, that is the electron from fluorine and the another electron from boron that combines to form one bond here. Okay, like that three sides the bond formation will take place like this. Okay, now comes sp3 hybridization. So here in sp3 hybridization we have taken the example of carbon. Okay, so here carbon we all know that is carbon will have the atomic number 6. So totally 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Okay, so their electronic configuration will be written as like this. Now here also the another one electron will move from the s orbital to the 2p z orbital. So that we are having the p orbital 3 electron and the s orbital will have 1 electron. That only we have given as sp3 hybridization. So now totally 4 electrons in the hybridized state, right? So that the CH4 will have the hybridization as like this. It is the carbon present at the center and that carbon is surrounded by 4 hydrogen. Now the electron from hydrogen and the electron from carbon combine to form one bond here. So totally in all sides 4 bonds will form, right? Then comes sp3d hybridization. Here we taken the example of PCl5, that is phosphorus pentachloride. See, this phosphorus will have the electronic configuration of neon along with the 3s2 and then 3p 3 orbital electrons. So now their filling will done like this. Then we have to write the electrons in the excited form. That is, we have to move on to the electron excitation from s orbital. Two electrons from s orbital will get excited to the next d orbital. See here, because p orbital is filled, so we have to move on to the d orbital. Okay, so next to 3p we are having 3d, so that only written here. Then in s will have one electron and p will have 3 electron and d will have 1 electron, so that we are having 5 unpaired electrons. Okay, and this will have the shape of trigonal bipyramidal. Okay, the phosphorus um, the phosphorus present at the center, that is surrounded by 5 chlorine. Okay, so next comes sp3d2 hybridization. See here we'll take the example of sulfur hexafluoride. Okay, so here the sulfur electronic configuration we have to write, and from that we have to shift the electron based on the pairing. Okay, see now here also the s orbital will have 2 electrons. Now we have to shift one electron to the d orbital. Next to 3d 1 we move on to the another, because the d orbital will have the maximum of 10 electrons. Okay, so that only I have written here. Now this sp3d2 hybridization will totally has 6 unpaired electrons, and that 6 unpaired electron will leads to the formation of the geometry of octahedral. Okay, so the octahedral means the sulfur that present at the center. Here 3 p orbital and then 2 d orbital. So totally 5 apart from the 1s orbital. So that totally we are having 6 unpaired electrons. Okay, Here in bonding in ethylene is, we all know ethylene means it is having double bond because the word "ene" refers to the double bond. So that CH2 double bond CH2, that is said to be the molecule ethylene. Okay. So now we have to write the electronic configuration for the carbon. So the carbon will have the atomic number 6. So which means 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Okay. So their electronic configuration should be written as like this. Now here also we have to shift one electron from s orbital to the p orbital, so that we are having the hybridization as sp2. So totally this will have 3 plus 1, 4 unpaired electrons. Okay. So now this 4 unpaired electrons should be present as sp2 hybridization. That is the one of the sp2 hybridized orbital of this carbon that gets to the formation of the cc sigma bond, and again these two sp2 hybridized orbital of both the carbon overlap with the 4 1s orbital here. Okay. So that we are having the formation of CH sigma bond. See here, let us see this picture. Here you see the carbon and another carbon. Now here it is doubly bonded. Now here one bond and here another bond. So that two hydrogen present here, right? So here the overlapping takes place in the sideways form. Okay. So that we are having double bond formation, that is the pi bond formation. Now in acetylene, that leads to the formation of the pi bond. So that is simply as our previous step, we have to write the electronic configuration and also we have to write the hybridization. Then we have to check with the hybridized state, right? So now you see the carbon, here hydrogen and here another hydrogen. So which means it has a triple bond formation, and here the overlapping done with the two atomic orbital, so that we are having the bond formation as triple bond. The sigma bond that formed between the CC, whereas the near to CH it forms the pi bond. Okay, that is simply CC sigma bond and also CH sigma bond. They are also the formation of pi bond near to this carbon and then hydrogen.